What are your views on like how the Master Duel sort of like ultra competitive side of it fares when up against the TCG? If that's something you thought about.
So I think the way you qualify for Worlds is like really, really inhumane
It
almost.
seems it seems like you're
like
training for a marathon
Yeah.
almost.
I'm friends with Quantal, awesome guy, awesome player, and the stuff he has to go through, and you saw Joshua, you saw
Yeah.
him streaming it live, and just by the end of it, you think, why are you putting yourself through this? And
Yeah.
and to have it be a thing again, but then how do I say more consistently now? Because now it's like last time you had one chance. This is your one weekend, and you're either in or you're not. This time you have multiple weekends like that, and then the most consistent across those weekends gets in, and then also per weekend people get in, something like that, right? I don't know the hyper specifics. I guess it's slightly better because at least if you have something come up personally on that one weekend last year, now you could at least choose the other weekends. But still, you're still grinding at a insane level. You have, is it 72 hours or something like
Yeah.
that? At least
I
a couple
believe so.
days.
I believe so.
Yeah, and then you have to sleep for maybe 5 each night and hope you don't D-rank while sleeping because other people are fasting you, and it's crazy. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think there should be better ways. If you did anyone of you follow Hearthstone?
I was a follower of it round about like the initial time. So like when Shudderwock was like the big deck, I fell off like quite soon after that. So like I'm familiar, but not super familiar.
Right. So I'm not saying their esports system is great because there's a lot of issues, especially now. But at least a couple years ago, you could get in through either tournaments, so you're just a really good player and you're grinding the tournaments and getting better that way, and then also being the highest ranked. So you had multiple avenues depending on what kind of player you are, because there are some players who are like 72 hours of, almost dying, let's go. But there's others who are like, no, I just want to be a consistent tournament player and get in
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some kind of combination seems like cleaner, maybe.
I think that makes sense because for some people, 72 hours of pure grinding just isn't feasible, right?
No.
Yeah, it still feels like Konami's like still kind of working out the kinks with regards to that whole process when you say it like that. Because in addition to that, like if you hadn't have told us that, I personally wouldn't have known, and I wouldn't know where to go to find that information out. If you get what I mean, do you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
process it, and then be able to then engage with that. So that's quite interesting. I find it interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
That is kind of wild, but I suppose you got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, because the other thing as well as I think is, on one hand, it's nice that everyone gets to compete, because I watched part of Joshua Schmidt's stream when he was doing it. On one hand, it's cool that it's like you're basically on the same playing field as like a Joshua Schmidt or whatever, or Quantal, like, which is cool. On the other hand, I don't really want to be. Like, they're just better than me. Like, it would be nice to like go to like, I like it when I go to regionals and I don't see top players. I remember it was like a joke amongst me and my friends when it was like I can't remember which event it was. It might have been like, it was one of the big ones last year. I remember everyone going around being like, oh, this pro player is here from Europe and this guy's here from Europe. And then we were like, why are they here? And one of my other mates was like, they're like, because it's free. They're like, they'll just come to the UK and batter us all. So, yeah, it's like a toss up. But yeah, I also agree with Andrew. I think, yeah, Konami are still figuring out, it seems. They're a little bit behind, but yeah, you know how it is, man. I'm sure they'll get into it in the next few years.